CJ.
And I'm Robin.
Welcome to the Cozy Kitchen.
Come and make yourself comfortable here with us by the fire.
Let's chat about baking, friendship, and cozy hobbies. If there's time and enough tea, maybe we'll even unravel some fun backstories.
I mean, there should always be enough tea. Hello. Come on in. Pull up a chair. We've got the roaring fire going. But oh my gosh, it is getting a little hot in here. What do you think, CJ?
We are in July at this point.
It is toasty, and I think that it's time for a little bit of a summer break. The kids are out for school, and I think that it's the perfect time to get outside, enjoy the summer weather, maybe bask in the midst of a summer thunderstorm. I love those. Get some vitamin D, go swimming, do all of that fun stuff. And we can return in September with some amazing brand new content. And I think that'll be a really fun time. But CJ, I would love to talk about this whole first season because we have, I believe, up until this point, 31 episodes of us just talking about it. Or if it's not 31, then it's somewhere encroaching that territory.
Yes.
And that's a lot of episodes to talk about.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe we could each share a list of 3 things each that we have learned from each other over the past season. And then we can kind of dive into what we're going to be talking about in season 2. What do you think?
Yeah. I have a lot more than 3, but I will give you my favorite ones.
Pick the top 3 because I've definitely learned a lot from you as well. I just wrote the top 3 because that was what I had assigned myself.
Yeah. First of all, I love the personal stories, like the cookie episode where we talked about how little Sarah, I just remember like how you got into baking, and
Mhm.
I just envisioned little Sarah with a little bowl and little spatula and like feeling so like you're doing something for your mom, and it's just so
Mhm.
sweet and touching.
Oh,
I love
cute.
that story. Yeah, there's so many things about, and I could share more, but I wanna learn what your top 3. But for example, the part where we talked about Passover, I loved how much I learned about your background as both a Catholic and a Jewish background, and how much it influenced your baking.
Thanks.
That
Yeah.
non-yeasted bread thing, that how you explained how during Passover, I didn't know anything about that, and I loved how you described why they had non-yeasted bread because they were escaping.
Yeah, I gotta get out of there.
Yeah, it's
And
just
now
so
we have matzah and it tastes like cardboard and it's awful.
Yes,
Oh,
it's just
how far we've
yes,
come.
it's learning about you like your ancestral background and also your days in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. A lot of great food out there for anybody who has not been to Pittsburgh. Just cannot rave about it enough. And again, it's nostalgia. But if you're looking for really good Italian food, that is where to go. So
Mhm.
yeah, I
Yeah.
love that I got to share this with you because I feel like whenever we first moved to California all those years ago, I felt so out of place and the whole Bay Area just felt so alien to me. And even though it never really wound up feeling like home, I love that I got to bring home to that space. You know what I mean? And I love that I
Mhm.
got to share those things with you. And it really brought me a lot of comfort and joy to have those very nostalgic reminders present, and to be able to just to share them is really fun and special. So I appreciate you for listening.
I love to listen.
I appreciate it. And speaking of, and I thought you could do one thing, I could do the next, and we could just go until we've got 3 things.
Yeah.
So speaking of learning about backgrounds, you taught me so much about Chinese cooking. I loved hearing about like all of the dishes that you would make for Chinese New Year, and like all of the amazing, like all the dumplings, all of the side dishes and everything. It all sounded just so freaking delicious. And I loved hearing your story about whenever I told you about getting dim sum for the first time, and I discovered the little, I think they're like I'm sorry, I still can't remember the name of them, but they're the little balls of deliciousness that have the red bean paste in them, and it's
Oh,
like
yes, the
sesame seed
sesame
balls.
balls? Yeah.
Yes, and you sent me the red bean paste that you said your dad used to really enjoy whenever you were a kid.
Mhm.
And even that, I had no idea that was just on its own a snack and you could just enjoy it like that. And then just and the scallion pancakes, I was able to learn more about how to make those. So just there are so many flavors and textures and recipes that did not have in my atmosphere before, and now I know so much more about them. I'm excited to learn even more. And I another thing that I really appreciate is how well you adapt your recipes, because you grew up with your mom doing a lot of the cooking and everything, and she would adapt her recipes to not include anything like garlic or leeks or anything like that. So she had to adapt it with the tune herb leaf. I
Mhm,
don't remember
mhm.
which it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, tune leaf.
Yeah. And so I feel like you've taught me so much about how to take a recipe and adapt it to suit whatever needs you have. And I think more recently that's been like making it vegan or vegetarian.
Mm.
And I feel like baking baking in a way that is both vegan and vegetarian takes a lot of chutzpah and I think it takes a lot of creativity. It takes a lot of trial and error. And I remember how you were telling me about the I think you had made the strawberry pretzel salad and you were trying to make it vegan, or you were going to make it vegan, and you were already your mind was just overflowing with ideas on how to make it vegan. And I think that you did. I think that you made the jello vegan, right? You use
Mhm, mhm.
pectin. So
Yeah.
just I don't know, I your boundless creativity, just it's always so inspiring to me to just to learn from you and see how I could adapt my own baking in ways that would better suit me. So I don't know. I just
Aw.
it's a very cool thing.
Aw, thank you. That's the other thing that I really loved. My number 2 is your strawberry pretzel salad. I You introducing me to it first, and I love the name. The name is
Yep.
just awesome.
Not a salad.
And I guess for listeners who haven't listened to that episode, this is a dessert. It's basically got a pretzel crust with a no-bake cheesecake essentially in the middle, and then a strawberry jello on top. And it's just this gorgeous dish that you ate as a kid, like it was your
Mhm.
favorite thing, and being able to share that with me, I just love it. I loved how you also gave me the pro tip of not pouring hot Jello.
Trial and error.
Yes, 'cause, like, I would have done the same thing. I would have, "Oh, the Jello's ready. Just pour it in."
There you go. Nope, don't do that. Wait until it's cooled. Yeah.
Oh, so that was my second favorite. The taste of it, like, it was both sweet and salty, crunchy, and then the creamy is just perfect.
Yeah, yeah, definitely one of my favorite recipes for a reason, and I'm so glad that you enjoyed it, because I feel like people hear about it and they're like, "What in the Midwest fuckery is this?" But it's delicious. Like you said, it's basically just a no-bake cheesecake, and you've got this wonderful crust and the jello on top, and it's great. And I'm so glad you got to try it. And I'm for my second thing, I'm gonna take a leaf out of your book from when you had talked about your first thing about hearing about Pittsburgh and everything, because I loved hearing you talk about your favorite local bakes, because you are very adventurous and you go to a lot of really cool places. And because we both met in the Bay Area, it was really cool to hear about all the different places that you had been to that I'd never even knew existed. So like that dandelion chocolate place, like that sounded amazing. I was like, why didn't I know about this?
That
um
you have to thank Anne for.
that's true. That's true. I feel like I mean, and she's also very adventurous. She's always traveling and going to cool
Mhm.
places,
Yeah.
and also very another excellent cook, excellent baker. Maybe we'll have her on one of these days as a
Yeah.
guest. But yeah, like I loved hearing about all of your favorite local bakes because again, they are things that were not in my world until we got out to California. And even then, not until I got to meet you and I got a little bit more adventurous with my baking and the places that I would go to. It's thanks to you and Anne that I now absolutely love Indian Pakistani foods because of Zorene's. So
That's
it's
awesome.
yeah, you're always inspiring me to try new stuff, and I appreciate that about you.
Oh. Aw. So my number 3 is was mind-blowing to me. I just remember you telling me that you could make brown sugar at home, and that just exploded in my head. I was like, "What?" I did not know that you could just add molasses and regular sugar, and it becomes brown sugar,
Easy
and
peasy.
that just I was just, "What?" 'Cause brown sugar, I always kept it handy, but then it's always a little bit hard to work with because it gets hard and it's just more finicky,
Yeah.
and to be able to make brown sugar whenever I want, that was just wow.
Yeah, and it's cool because you can brown sugar molasses is acidic, and so when you control the amount of molasses in your sugar, that does have an effect, at least in probably some small way at least, on your bake. So if you have baking powder, baking soda, whatever, how dark your brown sugar is can impact the rest of the recipe. So that's cool. That's neat.
Yeah.
Science.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Now, my number three, I might need your help with this one a little bit because this one is all about how much I just admire your tenacity. Because I think with baking, you have to be a little bit tenacious. You have to be a little bit creative, hard headed almost. You've got to be willing to get messy, make mistakes, and learn something new. And I feel like it took me a long time to really reconcile that because I am a perfectionist and a people pleaser. And if I'm ever baking anything, especially for anybody, I want it to be amazing. Just that's end of discussion, period. That's it.
Mhm.
And that's just not the way the world works. Sometimes stuff gets messed up, and that's how it goes. And one of the things that constantly inspires me to not only approach my failures as a point of learning, but it encourages me to take myself less seriously and laugh at myself is the way that you talk about your failures. And there was one thing that you made, and it was recently, as by the time that we're recording this episode. And I think it was something that you had made that it didn't rise, it didn't do what it was supposed to do, and you had to basically work with it the way that
Yeah.
it was. What was that?
Think what
Sorry.
you're talking about is the vegan brownies that I tried to make.
That was it. It was vegan brownies. And remind me again, what went wrong with them? Because yeah, it was amazing to me that you first of all you attempted vegan brownies, and second of all, the outcome was inspiring.
Yeah.
But remind me and the audience what happened with that.
So vegan brownies, it turned out more of fudge. Like it was chewy like a brownie can be, but it was a lot denser, like more like a fudge. And so that's how I basically presented it because I actually brought it over to a neighbor's house to share.
Mhm.
And it was not cutting the way a regular brownie would cut, and
Mhm.
it didn't like taste texture wise, it wasn't the same. And so I was like, okay, what am I going to do to this? And I decided to just call it fudge. And so I think you just have to go with what you wanna pitch it as.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That was the like one of the biggest things that stood out to me was the fact that you tried something and it didn't work the way that you wanted it to initially, but instead of scrapping it all and getting frustrated and not bringing anything, you rebranded it. Like, it's just such a creative thing to do just to be like, "Okay, this is fudge now." That's I love that because it means that, and this is gonna sound maybe dumb, I don't know, but to me, that signifies that like, your mistakes and the things that didn't turn out the way that you thought they would turn out are still allowed to exist, and not only are they allowed to exist, but they can still be worth something, and they can be something that still brings people joy, and it tastes delicious. And so I think that might have been one of the episodes where we talked about how it's important to have taste over appearance, because if something doesn't look right but it tastes amazing, then that's a win. But if it tastes bad and it looks bad, then it's all bad.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I very much appreciate that you've taught me and reinforced this idea that not only is it necessary to make mistakes, but that they don't have to be mistakes. They can be just something else. And I feel like when you are baking and you really want things to turn out, that's such a valuable mindset to have. So I
Mhm.
appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. I wish I applied that more throughout my life.
It's not when I feel like we have grown up, and I think a lot of people grow up with very high expectations placed on them.
Mm,
And when you do something and it doesn't necessarily meet the exact parameters of those expectations, it gets ingrained in your head that you have failed and that you've done a bad job. But in the meantime, it's no, you just learned something. It's just a different way to learn how not to do something. Or it's a way to learn how to make something completely different. And yeah, it wasn't what you were going for, but that doesn't mean that it's bad or wrong. It's just something else. And so I feel like in that courage to be curious and to rebrand and to roll with the punches, that takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength to overcome that mindset. And I think that's a lesson that a lot more people can stand to include in their baking and in their lives in general. So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
There's a
it's
lot of
amazing.
yeah. And speaking of learning new stuff, we've done 30 plus episodes and we're looking back at these episodes and we want to bring you new fresh topics next season. So Sarah, tell me what you're excited to talk about when cozy season comes back in I think we'll be back in September.
Yeah, sometime in September. We haven't figured out a date, but we'll figure it out. And you'll see us sometime in September. Don't worry.
Yes.
But yeah, we've got a lot of really cool stuff. So I think that among our topics, we'll have a lot more than this, but we're going to be talking about ways to make your kitchen feel cozy during autumn. We'll talk about our favorite after school snacks whenever we were kids. We're going to do some more baking science. I'm thinking that for the baking science episodes we'll be doing, we can talk even more about the power of leavening, and we can talk about the difference between different kinds of fats and oils and things like that. Lots of really cool stuff coming up on the science front. And then we can also get into some holiday stuff. So we'll be doing some fun bakes for Halloween. We'll get into some easy Thanksgiving prep. And we're going to have a holiday guide because let's be real, the holidays come up really fast every single year. And I don't know about anybody else, but I am unprepared every year and I feel like I have to scramble. So we're going to be talking about it nice and early, and we're going to get the rest of the year settled down, and we're going to all just get it done together, and it's going to be great. So,
Yeah. Halloween, like when we launched season 1, we just missed Halloween. So I'm really excited for our Halloween episodes.
yes.
Just curious, what are some things that come top of mind when you think of Halloween as far as bakes?
Oh man. As far as bakes, well, so I've done a couple Halloween parties for some of my friends in the past, and pizza is definitely one of them. We'll almost always have a homemade pizza because it's so easy to decorate it and make it look
Mhm,
like a skeleton or a ghost or
mhm,
something fun like that.
mhm,
I also love baking a whole lot of stuff with pumpkin, and that's just always such a winner in my book.
mhm.
And pumpkin's such a great flavor. Also could get into some fun retro, not retro, but like some movie references. We could talk about different bakes from our favorite Halloween movies and everything. Like we could do cauldron cakes from Harry Potter, or we could do some kind of, I don't know, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. What else? What else? But yeah, we can talk a lot about some fun little spooky Halloween bakes.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
That's what I so I've also not I guess hosted. So on our street we have a thing called trucks and treats because the houses are far apart enough that it's a pain for the kids to just walk. So they hop on a hay bale in a truck and they trick or treat that way. And so each year participating families will have a spread and we do it outside, weather permitting. And I will bake just bite-sized things, like cute, spooky bites of macaroons shaped as, like, ghosts and stuff,
Oh,
and
cute.
I really like to and I'll make candied apples, like caramel apple,
Ooh.
nougats, and yeah, so I'd be excited to talk more about those.
Yay! I can't wait because I'm sure you make a whole lot of really amazing Halloween autumnal goodies. So that'll be incredible. And we also, I think, for one of our other episodes, we'll have some really good combinations of some lovely hot drinks and baked goods.
Mm.
And so we can talk a little bit about actually, CJ, you mentioned that you had this tea that was it licorice root?
Ah, yes.
Mhm.
That's I would think that might be a summer drink
Really?
because
Oh,
it's
because it's
they're
iced.
chilled, yeah,
Mhm.
but
We'll have hot days in autumn too, so it could work it in.
yeah, that's true, but, like, it was just a friend, an Egyptian friend of mine just gave me some licorice root to try making it's a fermented drink, and it actually requires talk about science, requires a tablespoon of baking soda during the fermentation process, and I thought that
Mhm.
was just fascinating.
Yeah,
Um
we gotta talk about that. That might be a science episode.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe like in the next season, I imagine we will talk about a lot more new cultures because I have a few travel plans this coming year, one to
Yay!
Morocco and one to Egypt. So I will be excited to share more when I do go.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear more about it because I feel like both of those places I've heard amazing things about in terms of just their cuisine and all the different foods you can get there. So, yes, we will definitely have to have a couple episodes featuring your travels and you can talk all about what you've seen and eaten and tried, and I'm sure
Mhm.
it'll be great.
Yes.
Very cool. And if anybody listening, if you have any suggestions or ideas, or if there's any particular topic you want to hear about, put it in the comments because we want to hear what you want to hear. And I feel like that'll be really fun to just, we could take some of your suggestions.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, it'll be delicious.
We're
Very cool.
looking forward to our second season. We're hoping to make it even more fun and informative and hopefully more cohesive because this past season we have been just talking and this is what Robin and I do. We just talk.
Yep. Yep, exactly. And that's okay. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. When you're trying something for the first time, you don't really know what exactly you're doing. You're just getting a handle on things, and you just have to go for it.
Yeah.
And thank you all so much for listening and for coming along for the ride. And we can't wait to see you in fall, and we'll talk a lot more about really cool baking stuff then too.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
We'll probably
we can't
start the
wait.
season Yeah, I know, we can't wait. We'll probably start the season with maybe a campfire because
Ooh. Spooky.
Yeah. 'Cause that's the only time I think in summer where sitting by the fire is not too hot.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, 100%, and then we can do some s'mores. So
Yes. Yep.
very cool. Thank you all so much for listening. We're so happy to have you along for season 1, and season 2 is gonna be coming up in September. We can't wait to have you there, and it's been so great to start this podcast with you, CJ, so hooray.
Yes. We should pat ourselves on the shoulder for finishing 1 season.
Yes. Yes, good job. Good job for 1 season,
Yeah.
hooray. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna come back stronger than ever in the fall. Once we've had our summer vacation, we'll come back with summer glow. Or I'm gonna be putting sunscreen on like the Dickens. Maybe not too much of a glow,
Yeah.
but
We don't
we'll come
want
back with healthy skin.
Yes. Oh.
Very cool. Yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in September.
See you guys in September.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. That's it for this episode of Cozy Kitchen.
We're so glad you stopped by. We can't wait till the next time you join us by the fire. See you later.